Let's party.
Hello and welcome to a very special introductory episode of Party Loaded, a podcast for video gamers. My name is Luke Retallick and I'm here to give you a brief introduction to the show as well as our three other hosts. We have also on the line tonight, we've got Imogen.
Hello.
We've got Olly.
Well,
and we've got Jam.
Hi.
Cool. Well, welcome guys. We're doing it. We're diving in. We're going to talk about lots of games. It's going to be cool. So, Olly, what are we going to talk about on this show? What are we all about?
we're going to be talking about, well, this one in particular, episode 0, we're going to be talking a bit about ourselves and what we're sort of into, what we've been up to recently, and the show in general, just be talking about video games.
Sweet. So, nice broad topic to lead with, video games. We've got a lot of different things we can cover.
Very niche.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. Let's keep it to that sort of small segment of the market. That would be awesome. I mean, we all obviously play video games. We play a lot of games, and there's a lot of stuff that we're looking forward to talking about. So, Jem, what are you sort of most interested to chat about with video games? What sort of conversations do you tend to find you're having with a lot of your friends that are interesting?
Oh, usually what goes wrong when you're trying to do something right?
Yeah.
I think they're the best stories.
Video game faux pas?
Yep.
Yeah.
I wanted to shoot this guy but accidentally exploded everything. That kind of thing.
That sounds like every Grand Theft Auto online experience of mine ever.
Yeah, thanks to you.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. I'm usually shooting Imogen too, and it's usually a complete accident.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. You do pick the easy mark because you're not obviously very good at it.
No, you just don't run fast enough. It's not my fault. You just happen to be in front of the crosshairs. It's all good. No, so we've got heaps of things we're going to sort of look to cover during the course of the show. I mean, obviously, there's plenty of video gaming news that happens on a regular basis, but it's a massively broad hobby, and we have a fair few years between us of things that we've experienced, gaming wise in the past. So, lots of new games, lots of older games. You talk some retro stuff. Some of our likes and dislikes. Might even get a few different people on to chat about different aspects of the games industry, depending on how we go. But, lots of cool stuff. But tonight we're going to talk about ourselves because this is meant to be a bit of an intro to the show and to us. So we'll sort of throw to each of us in turn to give a bit of a spiel as to who the hell we are and what we're doing here. So, Olly, would you like to start? Kick us off, man. Who the hell are you?
So, I'm Olly, in case you hadn't figured that out by Luke saying my name. I'm a bit of a all-rounder nerd. Play pretty much any sort of game there is, tabletop or PC. But I've been PC gaming a lot longer than I have anything else. So, yeah, like that sort of thing.
Nice. Jam, jump in.
I've been gaming for a couple of decades. Mostly console for most of that time until very recently when you guys started joining in. I've picked up the PC gaming. I'm very glad I did that.
PC Master Race.
A lot of, I don't know, I've recently started playing much more multiplayer thanks to friends getting involved, which is fantastic. So
it definitely has been
and everything.
Has been a last 6 month thing for sure. It's been really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Sweet. So, Imogen, would you consider yourself to be PC Master Race, or are you different kind of gaming race? What would you say?
I'd say definitely probably more PC Master Race. A lot of my gaming life has been in secret until I met you guys about a year ago, and then I've just kind of exploded my nerd that I've been restraining for
closet.
Many years. I really did, in a big way. But I'm really enjoying it, and like Jam mentioned, I love the social aspect of games, and that's really sort of been a big part of getting me to try a lot of new things that I wouldn't have played if not pushed by you guys.
It's cool. I'm actually looking at this bar graph in my mind of Imogen's gaming journey over the last 12 months, and it's sort of just culminated to now on a video gaming podcast.
Escalation.
It's been neck minute.
Awesome. Nice. All right. Well, I'm obviously a gamer like the rest of these guys. My background, similar to Ollie's, has been a very, very broad mix of games of all sort of different types and shapes and genres. Very keen miniature gamer, board gamer, card gamer, pretty much everything. And been doing the gaming podcast thing for about 8 years as well. So have a little bit of experience doing this kind of thing. So looking forward to chatting about something different. Olly has also made the odd appearance on my other show, World's End Radio, where we talk about miniature gaming. So we've done that a bit, which has been a lot of fun. Video games, always an exciting thing to chat about, always stuff going on, and lots of stuff to sort of be excited about at the moment as well, which is really cool. And we've got a solid month of content to start the show with, that's for sure.
Yeah, easily.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, easy.
So let's sort of dive into a little bit more about our sort of gaming background and history and preferences and that sort of stuff. So we've got a list of some basic questions that we're going to sort of cover tonight, just as a bit of an opener to what we're all about. And these have been submitted by pretty much all of us, I think. We sort of just chatted about some of the stuff that we'd like to talk about and get a feel for what sort of stuff we're into. So, Jamie, you want to kick us off and go with the first question? What are we covering?
Earliest video gaming experiences. Mine would have to be, that I can recall clearly, the Atari when I was really little.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Pong, Space Invaders. What else did they have? Pac-Man, Asteroid. Asteroid was fun. But that was when I was really young. And then nothing much for a number of years until my cousins got a PlayStation 1 and they had Worms and Micro Machines. And I remember going to visit them for Christmas and we just spent the entire holiday playing and it was the best. So I picked one up as soon as we got home.
That's amazing. When was the Atari out? I actually can't remember.
No idea. I was tiny. I just remember the clunky old screen and the weird cassettes and it was awesome.
For me, I think my gaming kicked off like two simultaneous little console things. For me, it was the Sega Master System 2 with Alec the Kid and Sonic the Hedgehog on that. That was those were good days when you didn't have the ability to save games, so you played that thing all the way through, or no. You restart, sunshine. That and the original Pokemon games on Game Boy.
Oh yeah,
I remember many a car trip squinting at my screen with my little light, trying to play Pokemon on the Game Boy.
So the original red and blue and yellow as well, which they've actually just announced remakes of recently, just on that topic. So it's interesting
because that's what Nintendo does.
Yep.
Yeah, mine would have to be sort of in the similar vein. It would be the Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo for sure. I remember getting it on Christmas morning as a gift for myself and my younger brother. And I think I watched my dad play it for about 7.5 hours or so until we actually got to have a go, just making sure that it was working. But yeah, no, I really loved that. And just harking back to what Ollie was saying, I remember when you couldn't save games, but you had a little code. And if you wanted to go back to a point in the game, you had to enter or a certain level, you had to enter a code.
Old school.
Yeah.
You guys remember that? No.
All the old Mega Man games were like that as well.
Oh yeah, Lemmings. Oh gosh.
Yep.
Yeah.
I used to share them with friends at school.
Sweet. Well, I had some really, really early gaming experiences on a crappy computer, which I don't know if you guys have ever heard of before, called the Honeybee. So that was a really, really old one. This is back in sort of dot matrix printer kind of days where, this sort of computer only had really basic games like your Blackjack and Frogger and Lode Runner and that kind of stuff on it. But as far as consoles go, like I saved up as a young kid and saved and eventually managed to buy myself the original NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System. And one of the proudest moments of my young life was actually buying that and picking up my first ever video game, which was actually Kid Icarus. So I don't know if you guys have ever played that. Yeah. Running around as a little angel and trying to sort of navigate your way through to, I think that the end boss was Medusa. So it was a very Greek mythology kind of themed game, a lot of running around, platforming kind of stuff. But the weirdest thing about that game is that there's a level where you have to fight these wizards that turn you into eggplants. It was just bizarre. It was the weirdest thing ever. I'll always remember that. But yeah, no, that was cool. it sounds like we've all got quite a few years of gaming in there. What about our favourites and least favourites of types of games? So what do you like to play the most and what do you like to play the least?
I would say RPGs. RPGs would be my favourite, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And real-time strategy, not great. Not great at all. Never picked them up.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
I would have to say
ladies first.
well, I was going to say my favorite would be the same. It would be RPGs, and my least favorite used to be, and it's changing, but it used to be the first-person shooters. It really, for me, was not very interesting and those types of things. But real-time strategy, I'm big into. But that's not something that you guys know a lot about either.
Oh no, that's interesting.
Learning.
Yeah.
I've actually played a bunch of real-time strategy. Like I was a massive Command and Conquer fan back in the day.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Red Alert.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was probably one of my favourite series ever. I really enjoyed the story of that too. But the Command and Conquer games were real fun. If I had to pick a favourite genre for me though, like it would actually probably be a platformer. I love a good platformer.
Aw.
Yeah, just
Classic.
can't. Yeah, I'm a classic guy at heart. I just can't get past my memories of some of those great platformers I played as a kid, and how ridiculously hard some of them was. Oh my god. The whole not saving thing was just the beginning of it. One of the hardest platformers I ever played, I don't know if you guys ever saw this one, was a little game. It was one of the very first sort of 3D kind of games that I remember, called Snake Rattle and Roll. You ever seen that before?
No.
Mm-mm.
So you basically run around as these little snakes, and you have to eat pellets and navigate like a 3D sort of blocky landscape. And each pellet that you eat sort of makes your tail grow longer. And when you get to a certain length, you can actually exit the level. But oh my god, it was tough. You instant death. Not many lives. It was just one of the most punishing games imaginable. But yeah, I love that kind of stuff. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm a sadist. I like getting punished and dying lots, something like that. Not sure. Yeah.
But what would your least favourite genre be then, Luke? Platformers are your favourite?
Oh, it's a tough one. I'm generally really easy to please, but I'm not a huge fan of sporting games.
Racing?
Yeah,
racing.
Racing's not really my thing either. There are exceptions to that, though. Yeah. It's funny,
even though I'm really bad at it in GTA, I do enjoy racing games.
Yeah, that's only one aspect of GTA though, and it stops being a racing game when you get out of your car and RPG people. So
it stops
you get
for
out of your car
everyone
and stop.
because you decide it stops.
yeah, exactly.
You throw your toys out of the pram and you've had enough because you're not winning.
Yeah, pretty much. No, there are some racing games I really like Mario Kart's awesome fun. So. But you'll very seldomly catch me playing like a Need for Speed or something like that. So, yeah. What about you, Ollie?
For me, let's mix things up. Open world RPGs are my favourite. I definitely do like post-apocalyptic games as well. Like I'm a really big fan of post-apoc. But yeah, I started off mainly as a Twitch shooter guy. So CS Source, Doom 2, Quake, those sort of things. That was my origin story.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think my main one that I never got into was MMOs. I tried Warcraft, I tried Guild Wars 2, and yeah, I don't know. Something about them just didn't really click. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm the
Very
same.
odd.
Just wasn't drawn to it so much as anything else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bam. There
MMOs
goes
are an
half our
interesting
audience.
one. I think some of them you could...
No, I'll bring the MMO. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
She's got this.
No. Maybe it's an attention span thing. Maybe you guys just don't have the attention span. You're always onto the new shiny instead of...
I find it surprising that both of you are not. And maybe it's just because you didn't have people who you were playing with.
Yes.
Because playing GTA with you guys, you are both the sort of supportive characters, especially while Luke's blowing me up. So
That's actually an excellent point. I did play.
So if you played an MMO with us, maybe.
Yeah, that's true, because the people I usually play with outclass me within a week and just leave me in the dust. So that probably did contribute to my opinion somewhat.
Or if it's an MMO style game that doesn't involve leveling, kind of a little bit like the itch that Minecraft scratched for us.
Yeah, for sure.
Minecraft.
See, for me, it was more that the group I played with, MMOs, just become math. That was my issue with it. They were just like, all right, we're going to beat this. Let's math the shit out of it. And I was like, awesome. This is accounting the game.
Yep.
Raids and stuff really do get to be that sort of end game, and that's full on. That's too much.
All right. Well, what about favourite game series? So what's everyone got as their favourite series that they could pick? I have a suspicion I may know Jamie's, but you go first and I'll see if I'm right.
I'll go. Yeah. Okay. My number one, I would say without a doubt, Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. But I probably have a top 8 or 10.
What, game series?
Yeah, that I adore.
Jesus.
Oh,
Sure.
Fallout, GTA, Assassin's Creed, even though I haven't got through the last 2 very much yet. BioShock, I loved. What else? Borderlands, Guitar Hero. I love Guitar Hero. There's just some franchises that I adore and I will almost be guaranteed to buy when they release a new one, just because there's so much nostalgia and fun invested, and none of them have disappointed me to the point where I won't buy them anymore. Not yet.
Wow, not even Assassin's Creed? That's impressive.
No, but I haven't played the last 2 very much yet. But I just love the open world exploring, like you said. The environments, the side quests, more than some of the big game breaking things that people might complain about. I get distracted easily and thoroughly enjoyed the little things. So it's easy for me to get lost and enjoy.
Diving. Yeah. Well, I was tempted to say Mass Effect, but honestly, if I really pushed it, my favourite series is probably Metroid. So, yeah, just nice. A massive fan of the Metroid series, and I've played a lot of the non-main console ones as well, like all the Game Boy titles and that sort of thing, like back in the early days. But for me, Metroid just ticks all the boxes. It's an awesome platformer. It's got great puzzles. The story's kick-ass. There's really excellent boss battles, and the main characters are badass as well. So it doesn't have the sort of the role play sort of crunchy story that Mass Effect does, but I don't know. I just think going over the number of years that I've been a video gamer, Metroid will probably tick a few more boxes for me. I do love Mass Effect though, so that would probably be a second. Yeah, pretty close one.
Yeah. For me, I would have to go, Mass Effect, because why not? Let's, keep things different.
Some variety.
Yeah, exactly. Elder Scrolls, for me, the game series. I'll always, except for the online one, that's the only one I haven't played out of the entire series. Fallout as well. Big fan of the Fallout. GTA. Here's one that's different that you guys probably won't say. The Stalker and Metro 2033 series. Because I love Russian post-apoc, because they do post-apoc so well.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to really actually mix it up this time. Game series is what threw me in this question, because favourite games are all over the place, but favourite series has to be World of Warcraft. And I know that might be a controversial view, but it's something that I jumped in. Not right at the beginning. I jumped up in Burning Crusade, I think it is. Yep. And I played all the way up to the Wrath of Lich King, dropped it for a little bit, didn't do Pandaria, and then just got the itch real bad with the most recent release, The Warlords of Draenor, and that for me was really fun. Again, playing with people who I'd played with before, and I had a little bit of that. Just going back, the thing that really is my favorite series, but the reason I don't play it anymore is because I got really upset that I went back to check on my character that I invested many, many hours of my life in, and they changed all of the different series systems of how you set up your character. And even though it's for the better now, and I do think it's easier and it's better for access and those types of things, it just was so cutting to know that I'd spent so much time making her amazing. Horde all the way, by the way. And to go back and she was all messed up. So messed up. So that was really sad. And I had to start a new character, and I never found a character that I clicked with again. But seeing all of the announcements out of BlizzCon was really difficult for me. It's something in the back of my head just clicks over, and I looked at how much, the monthly subscription was, and
it's going,
whether that's something else.
Hey, Imogen, Imogen.
I'm just picturing you sort of sailing off the edge of a black abyss with all of our hands sort of raised out to try and catch you before you plummet to your doom.
You have no idea. Hearthstone's difficult for me because it just brings back all the memories of like, oh, and then every now and again Hearthstone does that, log into World of Warcraft and you'll get this cool horse or you get this custom pet. Stop it, don't make me go back.
Well, I got an interesting question sort of related to that then for you. If you're a massive fan of the Warcraft, sort of World of Warcraft series, does that extend to the other Blizzard titles that have all of the Warcraft stuff in it, like the original Warcraft games and Heroes of the Storm and all that sort of stuff, or is it pretty much just
Definitely.
World of? Yeah.
Oh no, it's Blizzard in general. I think that the way they do games really hits a note with me. There's art style generally, especially the new Overwatch stuff, looks really cool.
Yeah.
I think that their storylines are interesting, and Hearthstone has been done so well to tie in with that. And I do think that it, will get a lot of people, and it did. It got me back into Warlords of Draenor because they gave me a sparkly undead horse, and I really wanted to play it.
First fix is free.
Yeah, exactly right.
Just picturing this guy in a dark alley with a trench coat, and he opens it up, and there's this sparkly pony that just comes out.
It's just Blizzard. You want to. It's not even that difficult. Yeah, no, definitely. And I after playing World of Warcraft, went back and played some of the original Warcraft, the ones where you sort of build your little maze and the guys run through and that sort of stuff. And I really enjoy it. I think Blizzard do a really good job, and I'll be a fangirl forevermore.
Yeah, Blizzard are an extremely good company. I like pretty much everything they've produced, I think. Be hard-pressed to find something I didn't like. What about some of our guilty pleasures or things that we're a bit shamed about when it comes to gaming? Anything that you kind of, a bit sad that you sort of have never played it, or you kind of feel a bit dodgy because you have, or something that is unfinished business for you? What's your secret pleasures or secret shames?
I nominate Imogen first.
Yes, I would also like to hear.
I kind of hinted at it before. I'm a really big real-time strategy fan, and in my years of secret nerding, as I will henceforth refer to it, other than playing World of Warcraft, I did play a lot of Command & Conquer and Red Alert, but I also played a significant amount of Stronghold, which is like a medieval
I remember that game.
Real-time strategy. It's so bad. It's super glitchy. When I got my Steam account, when we all started playing together and those types of things, the first thing that I did was look how much Stronghold was, and I rebought it. And I don't know what it is. I really enjoy, building my little castle and being able to protect them. And, I get really upset when they burn inevitably or really fed up with people if they get really unhappy about like the way that they're living or their conditions in the army and those types of things. And being too, Stronghold's a really sort of nice mix between sort of like a Sims and a Sim City, and a real-time strategy for me, and I love it. Also Caesar, but same lines. Caesar was really fun because you would evolve, so they would go from being sort of peasants with no education, and eventually they'd build like the Hanging Gardens of Babylon and cool stuff like that. So I probably have played more of that than I ever have of World of Warcraft, which is saying a lot.
Was Stronghold before or after Age of Empires? I
think it was before.
Okay.
I'm not entirely sure.
It sounds very familiar to me.
Yeah. It's incredibly similar. But I don't know what it was. I don't really latch on to any of the other sort of, but Stronghold, any iteration of Stronghold. I think somewhere in my garage somewhere, I think I have, an anthology somewhere of all of the Stronghold games, and I played all of them. I really enjoy it, and it's probably the only game that I'll play that for that long that's not social. For sure.
Interesting. Stronghold. You actually made me want to play it. Just scrolling.
Don't play it. You'll hate it.
I have it opened up in front of me on Steam right now. No. Don't do it.
It's the voice acting as well. The Cockney accents, they're awful. You build an area that has all of the geese in it, and all you can hear is geese in your headphones.
Oh my God, I think I have to try this. I can understand.
Maybe this is a
That's so far
future
away.
challenge waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Or endure an hour of Stronghold.
Yeah, something like that. Check our threshold for Stronghold.
I like that.
All
Make a
right.
note.
So what are you other guys sort of ashamed of or find guilty pleasure in?
I'm not ashamed. I would say
All right, what should you be ashamed of?
that's not nice. Many things.
Yeah.
I play whatever I want to play when I want to play it. Just very simple like that. I played. It wasn't guilty so much, but I played single player Minecraft in GTA for a very, very, very long time. And I was just ecstatic this year when you guys picked them up too. Just so happy because I adore those games. But I never really felt guilty about them. My shame would be just the sheer amount of unfinished or untouched games. Some of the major releases recently, like Witcher 3, I've hardly started. Far Cry 4, I started some, and I love the Far Cry series. Yeah, it's just getting to the games. It's just, it's time. I want to play them all the time,
Yeah.
forever.
Silly
But that's
life
just,
getting in the way.
yeah, so responsible and stuff, damn it. So that would be me, I think.
Can live vicariously through each other and and chat about
Yes.
stuff that we've all finished. Yeah. Ollie, I don't suspect that you would feel a whole bunch of shame about games in particular.
Oh, so you say that.
Oh,
Yes.
do tell.
No, Jamie reminded me that I should have had The Witcher on my favorite game series of all time. Probably should have had that on there. Now I feel embarrassed. There's a bit of shame. But no, my guilty pleasure game. You guys may not have heard of this. I'm not sure. Any of the David Cage games. So stuff like Omicron, Nomad Soul, Indigo Prophecy, Beyond Two Souls, and That's My Dog Whining.
Hi, Noodle.
So yeah, they're just these really weird, bizarre games where you'll be like, oh, I'm a police detective, and now I'm fighting interdimensional cockroaches.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or like, oh, I'm a dude, and I'm running away from this prophecy thing, and now I'm in the fighting Matrix style through the air in a nuclear winter. Like, why not?
Interesting.
Yeah, those are my guilty pleasure ones.
Beyond Two Souls is the one that I have heard of. I don't think I've heard of the others though.
Yeah, I played it.
It's a really good
interesting.
interactive movie.
Yeah.
Right.
That.
It's a very, very quick timing, isn't it?
Yes, it is literally QuickTime, the game.
Right.
Quite linear.
Yeah. Probably not my cup of tea then. Well, my biggest secret shame is probably stuff that I haven't played as well. But unlike Jamie, it's not so much things that I haven't finished because I'm actually generally pretty good at completing stuff. It's more stuff that I haven't picked up because I know that I don't have the time to complete it. But the biggest hole in my sort of experience, my video game experience over the last decade has probably been the fact that I've actually never played a Halo game.
Oh, we have to fix this.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I
actually
don't even own an Xbox and I've played them.
I actually
my goodness.
own.
Ditto.
I own one. I've just never cracked the packet open and played it. So,
Oh, which one do you own?
Reach, I think. So,
Okay. Well, I have a few copies of various ones. We need to fix that.
yeah, I'll definitely get onto that. I think this year is going to be a bit more of a FPS year for me, and we should make it like that for Imogen too, because you can break that view.
Oh, you
And
guys have seen me shooting GTA. I'm so garbage. I have to say, I'm
give me
redeeming
the
myself by
decoy.
shooting again with a mouse. I feel a lot better about myself than playing console. But
yeah,
yeah, I don't know. My experiences with Halo and yeah, I think I spent an entire game shooting my own base by accident because I didn't understand what color I was. And I've just, whilst Ollie was talking, I just have remembered a true guilty gaming pleasure, or it's a secret shame. It is just awful. I once, and it's because someone tweeted today about it, and I saw it. And thought, I remember that game. I played a lot of Neopets.
Oh, wow.
Online Flash Pokemon-esque thing where you have to feed them and keep them happy. I remember playing just so much. I remember at school we used to try and
like an online Tamagotchi kind of thing.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah, they would, they'd get older and, they'd be, happy or sad or whatever, and you could take them to play games and take them to the show and feed them their favorite food. And I think I was really deprived of pets as a kid. But yeah, I remember trying to get, when my school got Macs for the first time, because I'm ancient, they blocked a whole bunch of sites, but I remember Neopets wasn't blocked and someone had it open, and so I was like, oh, this looks interesting, and of course, you guys know me, it was bright and shiny and cartoony and adorable, so
you fell down that hole and didn't surface for a while.
You are the Neopet.
I am the Neopet. So yeah, that would probably be a secret shame that is now recorded for all eternity.
Wow, that makes my guilty pleasure of playing all the Pokemon games look really pale in comparison.
Neopet. There was no point to it. There was 0 point. It was just a time waster, and it came at a time when I was at school trying to waste time.
Yes. So. Yeah, I think there's some pretty epic time wasters out there we could all put in that category.
For sure.
Yeah. All right, well, what about the last year or so? So if we were to sort of rattle off some of our top games of the last year, let's maybe cap it at 5. What would you say? Because this is a bit more of a recent capture of what we're into.
Well, I mean, for me, obviously World of Warcraft appeared again in the last year, so that was really a highlight for me, I guess, or an interesting time for me. It would be in my top 5. They changed quite a lot with the last release. Minecraft, playing with you guys, was a real highlight, along with GTA for the same reasons. Fallout 4, obviously, because it's astounding. I've never played anything in the Fallout series, but I'm a massive Bethesda fan.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been really good. And other than that, I think my favourite game this year has been Ori and the Blind Forest. And it is the only game ever to have made me cry in the first 10 minutes of the game. It's beautiful. It's frustratingly hard. It's controller snapping difficult. I just love it, and it's obviously very cute as well, but I think it's just really well done, and I think it's really undersold. I think it kind of had this big buzz and it came out and it kind of just went away. But I think it's really well done.
It's on my to-do list because of you. I need to play this.
So cute.
Ori and the Blind Forest.
Where you're a forest spirit style thing?
Yeah, it's like a little white fox, like a little white Sonic.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
It's just, and for me, the beautiful. It's just a stunning game. It's really well made, and the fact that it's also challenging, like it doesn't, and it's for you, Jamie. It's kind of open world. You can kind of decide a lot of what you want to do. You can go completionist. You can go, finish, the main sort of side of things, but platform. And it's just really clever and really well done.
I need to get this. For sure.
You do.
I'll jump in next. Top 5 games of the last year. I think Minecraft is an easy one to add to this list because I've spent so many countless hours playing it. It's been ridiculously fun. And got to play it with my son as well, which has been really fun too. So it's been a gaming experience that we've shared, which has been cool. I think I would have to put Hearthstone on the list because God knows the number of hours that I spend on a weekly and daily basis playing that game. I friggin' love it. It's probably one of my favourite games like in the last 10 years, let alone the last 5. Finally got around to playing the Mass Effect trilogy after Jamie was on my case for like how friggin' long?
Ever.
Oh my God. I will say this though, I don't know why I didn't listen to you earlier.
Yeah, no, I was the same. Our mutual friend Dave mentioned it over several months, and I didn't pick number 1 up until 2 was almost out.
Yeah.
Don't know why. Just adore it.
I think maybe part of the reason why I waited so long to pick it up was A, because I just don't like doing what you asked me to do, and B, because no, I think actually seriously, it's probably more because I knew that it wasn't going to be sort of picking up one game to play through. It was going to be 3. So, and I didn't want to just do one and then leave it and come back. I wanted to kind of just hit all 3 at once. And I don't know if that was a good or a bad thing as far as the experience I had. Maybe good, but. Yeah, it was the most incredible story I think I've ever experienced in a game series. Holy moly, just loved it. So, didn't mind the original ending either before they patched it. I thought that was actually quite good.
Yeah, I wasn't too fussed either. I love the additional bits that they've added, but I was still just ecstatic. Like the lead up of the entire game and the many, many hours I put into it did not. The ending didn't detract from it.
No,
It did
definitely.
cap it off.
Yeah.
No.
I preferred the little extra tiny bit of closure was nice.
Yeah, definitely. No, it was a good payoff. All right, so what's that? 3? We got Mass Effect, we got Minecraft, we got Hearthstone. I would probably also add to that list the Batman Arkham series. And I'm not going to... do I want to pick a favourite?
Yeah, you do.
That's a tough call. I think Arkham City is probably my favourite, but it's a close run between that and Origins. A lot of people panned Origins, but I really dug it. I thought it was a great game. So yeah, Arkham City was definitely up there. And to round it out, I will say Dragon Age Inquisition. Really
Oh, yeah.
big fan of that game. Yep. Cool.
That's one of mine. That was definitely, most of mine are the same as yours. I mean, GTA and Minecraft with all of you guys and our mutual friends. Oh my God. So much fun. Fallout 4 right now. I've already, it's been out less than a week. I've sunk more than a day into it comfortably. Love it. It's just, oh my God. All my clips that I've taken so far on my Xbox are of explosions. Just because they look fantastic. Explosions and rad
Have
storms.
you done, and there's no spoilers here, have you done the satellite array mission?
I have hardly done any questing. I kind of pick a direction and just start meandering. I really don't follow the story.
When you get to that, get your clip recorder ready. There's a lot of big explosions there.
So for all the people that are actually going to listen to this episode before our actual episode 1, spoiler alert, we may be talking a lot about Fallout.
Yeah, just a little.
Yeah.
It is my life.
Dragon Age Inquisition, I finished on the weekend, like 2 days before Fallout came out, finally. I loved it so much. That was on my pile of shame for a while because so many things got in the way. But my 5th, the other one I spent quite a bit of time on, is Destiny.
Oh, yeah.
I spent many hours in Destiny earlier in the year. I haven't played so much in the last 6 months, but some wonderful memories. And I played with some awesome people. And it sounds like it's, the new content sounds fantastic. I think I may have to just dive back in a little, just check it out.
Got that itch.
Yeah, do a little raid. Just, yeah, yep. Yeah,
We are both the best and worst support group for people like us.
We are the worst. The
True.
worst. Honestly, just talking about some of these games, I'm like, I wonder where that is. Like,
Head starts to twitch.
where did I get with that?
That's awesome. And we're going to be doing this weekly too, so we can actually lead as many people astray as we possibly can. It's going to be great. Oh, no. All right. Well, Ollie, we hold a gun to your head. Have you got a 5? Have you got a top list?
Oh, of course I do.
Yeah.
GTA Online, for me, is definitely up there. Fallout 4, at the moment, is already nice and solid. Witcher 3 was great. Loved Witcher 3. The latest Metro Last Light, because I know it didn't come out last year, unless it did. I think it was part of the Metro Redux, possibly. But yeah, that's a great game. Love that. And Until Dawn, actually, impressed me a lot.
That is something I still have to play.
Mostly because I am a big urban legends and mythology and mythological things like nut, and I love that sort of stuff. So that game for me was very theory craft intense, like trying to guess the plot and trying to figure out what's going to happen next sort of thing.
Is it driven a lot by choice?
Oh, yes. It's all about the butterfly effect. Literally, they
That's
hit you in the face
fascinating,
with
yeah.
it, with actual butterflies. So I'm not even joking. They are a bit blunt.
This will be remembered, or this will have an impact. Butterflies.
Yeah. No, literally, whenever there's a turning point, there's like a butterfly effect on the screen.
Oh,
Wow.
that's an
I think I've seen.
concept.
Yeah, I've seen clips from that. It kind of like comes out. Yep.
I only had one person die at the end. I was very proud, and they deserved it, so I don't care.
It has been decided.
They were a dick.
I'm trying
Seems
to.
fair.
I'm trying to remember this. I think I've actually seen some people streaming this. It's like a bunch of people that are trying to survive like a creature that's hunting them or something. Is that?
Yeah, it's basically there's a couple little horror plots going on and horror tropes happening in an abandoned, well, not abandoned, but a cabin in the woods style thing.
Yeah, I definitely have seen
And
this. Yep.
yeah, you're trying to literally survive until dawn, and trying to get all your characters to survive. And there's a lot of ways to fuck it up. So
Yeah.
Yep. Many
I was
ways.
very
to
lucky.
die.
I know the horror tropes.
I think you did well getting only one. The people I've seen streaming it, I think only one person survived. So
Wow.
you did well only
Out of-
having one
out
person
of how
die,
many?
So I'm not sure.
There's
Roughly.
7. I want to say 7.
Ah.
I think I'm wrong, and the internet will
Wow.
hate me for it forever.
That sounds
But
cool.
yeah. Oh, honorable mention for me, because it never got made into a game and it made me really sad. It probably would have been in this list. The PT demo for Silent Hills.
Oh, hell yeah.
That was great, and had it actually been made into a full game, it would easily be on this list
Yep.
if it was anything like that.
No, you just nupping straight out of that?
Solid
out.
note to anything that makes is scary or creepy. I played Silent Hill, and that was the worst evening of my entire life. I don't think I slept for a week.
Well, now we have a challenge for Imo then.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's,
play the PT demo.
No, I think, Mimo, we
Yeah.
have to stream you playing Five Nights at Freddy's or something like that.
oh god, I jumped just watching YouTube videos of it. It's the worst. I'll watch like somebody else doing a reaction video, and they'll jump and I'll jump.
Yeah.
And it's just no. I'm too on edge. I jump in life. I jump when we play GTA and something happens I don't expect.
This is so going to happen. I love
You
it.
stream during Fallout then? I imagine.
Yeah, no, Fallout is the some of the mole rats have already got me. Also,
Really
last
cool.
night when I left our Mumble chat open and started playing Fallout, and somebody jumped on. Oh my god! I think I cleared my desk by a few meters. Scared the life out of me. I was sneaking around, but yeah, no, I'm easy. I'm an easy scare.
What about some Amnesia? We'll get her to play some Amnesia.
Nope.
I didn't mind the original Amnesia.
Amnesia. All right.
Spooky.
So, gaming highlights. Is there a particular moment that you think back to and think, man, I was awesome, or something like that?
Every
I'm sure you've
day.
got so many of these, Luke, that we should go in first, right?
No, I actually have. I have surprisingly few. I probably think of a couple. One is that one time, for a very, 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 very short space of time, I held the top spot on the world ladder for Red Alert online multiplayer.
Whoa.
So it lasted all of like 30 minutes.
Respect. That's
Yeah.
intense.
Let's say 5
Yeah.
minutes later.
Oh, like I played the crap out of that game. Sort of back then, I was the kind of person that used to model my own maps and stuff as well, and play with people. I was way into it. Like that rabbit hole went deep for me.
How good was your APM? Actions per minute.
Oh, the funny thing you mentioned that, like, and I know that's a big thing with a lot of the esports players these days, especially with StarCraft and that kind of thing. That kind of terminology back when Red Alert was a massive thing, just. I'm sure it existed, but it wasn't prevalent in the same way that it is now because there wasn't this sort of global community contact that we have these days with the internet being such an everyday part of life. Because back then it was a lot newer. You know, it was one of those
Kids
things.
these days.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't like
Sorry,
you
I'm
had
not
all these sort of, sites where people were communicating lots about what they were doing and that sort of thing. You know, a lot of people just work stuff out themselves. So, and as it was for me, I just played the crap out of it, basically, and probably got really, really lucky. But
That's pretty cool.
and the other highlight for me was when I was a bit younger than that. I actually, one time on my original Nintendo Game Boy, managed to keep a game of Tetris going for 5 hours straight.
Oh my gosh.
Kid you not.
Christ.
Yep. So, yeah.
Screen time was not
Fucking
a thing
nerd.
in our day.
Yeah, like I can't actually remember what the end score was, or whether it was exactly 5 hours to the minute. I think it might have been slightly under, but it was definitely close to 5 hours. But yeah, I was just in the zone, man. I just went crazy nuts zen and just smashed through it. It was great. Which
The logistics of that are blowing my mind. Like 5 hours without moving or going to the bathroom or eating.
I was really young.
He went where he was. Harder than filth. They discovered him 5 hours later.
No.
That's the secret shame part. I once played for 5 hours straight and soiled myself.
No. It was Tetris. So every time I took a dump in my pants, I just had to do it in a different spot so it didn't build up to the top.
Just make sure it's the T-shaped one.
What if you filled the line, man? Then what happened, huh?
Game over, man.
Maybe that's what happens.
Game over.
Flush.
Yep. How does that even work? Anyway, yeah, that was a highlight. It's now turning into a low light, but
Sorry. We destroyed your
oh
memories.
god, yeah. But look, it's funny. Like these things were so long ago that I'm massively hazy. But yeah, they're the two things that are sort of stuck in my mind. So yeah. What about the rest of you guys? What have you got as a highlight? Any big chieves?
For me, I'm between three really. The most I'll work backwards because why not chronologically like you did. For me, the most recent one is sniping a person out of a jet in GTA.
Oh,
While they were blazing along, I have sniped someone out of a jet, and that was a really just FU moment. It was actually just the most glorious thing because it was pure chance.
I love it that the game actually allows you to do that. That's so good.
Oh yeah, because they were just buzzing the city constantly. I'm like, oh, I have no missiles left. I'll shoot them with a sniper rifle. Oh, I did. What?
That happened.
Going back then to the original Stalker, actually, there was a base that was just full of hardcore dudes, and you're supposed to be friends with them. And I went, no, because this was like my third playthrough of the game. And I got, no, stuff this. I'm going to be a hardcore badass, and I'm going to not be friends with you guys. And they constantly respawn. And I got to the point where I'd killed, I think, about 40 of the dudes just in this base. And if you've ever played Stalker, like, a group of 5 to 6 guys is a pretty big deal. So wiping out the entire base was just, for me, was a good go-team moment. And then back in the uber nerdy days of Counter-Strike Source for me.
Oh, wow.
Having the good old server rankings. Back when I was in a clan. Oh, look out.
Whoa.
Did you play at an internet cafe?
You say that. You make a joke of that. Those were the days of desert combat. So yeah, bit of LAN cafes. Getting a 28-2 kill death ratio on the office map using a TMP. And for those of you that have ever played Counter-Strike, you know the TMP is a piece of crap. But I really liked it as a gun. So everyone else was using like the M16 equivalent and all that sort of stuff, and I'm there with a little crappy silenced automatic pistol going and making people really angry. So it was great.
Good at the shooting.
That was a good time.
Yeah.
I was playing it a lot, to be fair, at that point. I was averaging like 4 hours a day. So, which some people were like, whatever, that's nothing. Well, it was for me. Sorry.
That's a lot of money at the LAN cafe. Those things aren't cheap.
Yeah.
Because Australian internet's so good, you see. So
Yeah.
I had to go down to the cafe to get that.
Well, there
Like
it is. It was in
20
episode
ping.
0. Mention the
Damn
internet.
Yeah,
Grr.
all about that ping, yo.
Well, mine aren't so much achievements as memories. I don't remember the things I did, just the things I enjoyed. I have very, very fond memories spending hours just sailing the seas in Assassin's Creed Black Flag, listening to sea shanties from my crew.
That's on my list.
Yeah? Oh, excellent.
No,
That
I mean
was
on
just-
my to-do list. I've got the game. I haven't
you
played
do.
it yet. Yeah.
You really do. It's just gorgeous. Everything about it, the way they've animated it, just you feel like a true pirate. Your whole crew's singing along together in beautiful harmony. It's incredible. Mass Effect, there was one particular moment because Tali and Garrus, two of my favourite characters. And slight spoilers, even though it's been out for a while, if you don't romance either of them, in the third installment, they get together. I was like ridiculously, deliriously happy, which is so just odd. But I was ecstatic.
It was a very cute moment. I'll pay
was
that.
gorgeous and hilarious and cute. And when Tali got drunk too, that was funny.
It's almost a shame that was DLC and not main game, but anyway.
And probably in Destiny, getting a group together and doing the Vault of Glass, like the minute it unlocked, without any prior knowledge, and just going for it, trying to figure it out ourselves, get as far as we could in the few hours that we had. That was epic because by the time the game was originally released, we'd already heard a fair bit, or by the time we got into it, about the first raid. So we knew what to expect. We already knew ways around, some of the puzzles or the harder creatures that could be avoided. So that was just epic. And I remembered the anticipation and the excitement. And then the thrill when we got through the first section after perhaps 2 or 3 attempts. That probably topped my year.
Yeah, Destiny's not an easy game at the best of times.
No.
No.
That was epic.
Mine are kind of like Jamie's. Mine are more memories, and some of them are just like what's associated while playing games. And so I'll start the other way around. I'll start earliest. Like I said, my first game ever was Super Mario World, and some of my best memories were like sitting trying to beat it, and having my dad sort of step in if we needed him for the boss fights, and then trying to convince him that he can hand it back now that I got this. So they were some of my earliest and great moments, and it's only sort of now it's kind of come full circle, and he's playing again now, so that's really cool. My first ever game that I completed 100% and got to, the 100% mark was Spyro the Dragon.
Oh.
Played the crap out of that on the PlayStation. And it was just fun. Again, you're going to start seeing a theme over these episodes, like anything that's colourful and adorable. Spyro was really good, and it was lots of fun, and it had sort of some tricky parts too, which were good. So I always remember completing that one. And ever since then, I don't think I've ever 100% of the game since. I'm a bit ADHD when it comes to my game playing, but Spyro might be the only one I ever got 100% in, or other than Mario. Then sort of leaping forward was probably my highlight was playing Colin McRae Rally a lot and having friends over, and, everyone makes the assumption that, girls aren't great at games. And I sort of just, no, I think I'm pretty good at this one. I think they'll be all right. And we played a sort of tournament over a whole weekend with a whole board, and we tried to figure it all out and everything with a bunch of friends, and then I won. Yeah. And it was a show up to all of them. And I really enjoyed those games. And then lastly was probably last year's PAX, so over a year ago now, not only finding a place where all of these games were all at once, not just video games, but tabletop games, being able to play games that I played as a kid as well as try out brand new games, and finding that there was this sort of mecca for us all to go to was amazing. And meeting you guys, playing GTA, finding Mumble as a client has been awesome. I don't think any of our online games would be anything near what they are without Mumble, without hearing, someone go, "Oh, that was awesome," and then, so-and-so died.
In case anyone doesn't know what Mumble is, it's basically like an online TeamSpeak.
Yeah, it really has revolutionized the way that I play games and brought in that social aspect. It's been really fun, and that's definitely been a huge highlight. The instant I hopped on Mumble to play Minecraft, and Luke and Jamie were like, "Oh, we were having a chat and we were thinking maybe of playing GTA, but we'll get it on PC." I think it took me about 10 minutes until I purchased it.
And paid an overly inflated price for it.
I didn't even have the PC yet. I was like, "Oh shit, I need to get on this."
Yeah. So yeah, it's an easy choice because that's sort of been a real highlight for me, and I think it will be for a long time. I just think it's been fun finding this whole world where we can play games and talk about it.
Yeah. It has.
It's pretty sweet. Well, it's probably a good note for us to sort of wrap up on, because we've already been going for quite a while, much longer than we perhaps intended for this one tonight, but it's been good. So, so tune in for our first actual sort of episode where we're going to basically talk about everything that's been going on in the world of video games in the last week, of which there has been quite a bit. So... And our plan is basically to record weekly on Tuesdays. So depending on where in the world you are located, new episodes will be up sort of midweek, basically, for you to enjoy. And we hope that you do enjoy it. We're going to have a lot of fun doing this, and looking forward to having some excuses to play a whole bunch more games. And I think this whole support group thing we've got is going to be the end of us all, but...
In the best possible way.
But
exactly right.
We'll bring everybody else down with us, damn it. That's going to be good. So, any closing thoughts, guys? Are we excited for our big Fallout chat? I know I am.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited. Yes. I've just made a list of games that I need to pick up now. So
I think that's going to be a weekly occurrence now.
Yeah.
Just make sure I don't go back to WoW, guys.
Just play more Fallout. It's easy.
Yeah.
Imogen, I may
play more.
I may renew my sub myself, so I'm probably not going to be able to.
No,
help.
don't do it.
Cool. All right. Well, if you want to
Sponsor.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to check out more to do with Party Loaded, we, of course, are going to be available at all the usual hangouts and social media sort of places. So, first and foremost, you can check us out at www.partyloaded.com. We have a Facebook page, so please hop on there and like us, and check us out on Twitter as well. And plan is to get fairly active on those places and keep up to date with what we're doing, what we're playing, new stuff that's coming out and that we're doing in the podcast space. It's going to be a lot of fun. Also on email as well, if you want to get in touch with us, and please do, because we'd actually like to do show segments where we answer questions and sort of read correspondence and that sort of stuff. Hit us up at mail@partyloaded.com, and that will go through to all of us. And if you want to hit each of us individually, maybe you've got a particular question for Imogen about weird medieval RTS games or something associated
Very niche,
with that.
but do get in touch.
Yep. Or you want to ask Jamie or Ollie or myself about something, hop on to our website and you'll find some individual information there. So that's it. So until our next episode 1, that's it. See you then.
See ya.
Bye.
The Party Loaded podcast is a Channel Endgame production. For this and more great gaming content, bookmark channelendgame.com.